Just inside the portal of this mine, got a nice track in front of us, which is a great way to start. There's already some infrastructure up here I can see. We've got a colorful mine with some crumbly, flaky material, which seems to be creating a fair amount of ground fall. But it does look cool. Looks like we have a junction already. Just lost the track right there. But this infrastructure looks pretty impressive. There's a drift in front of us with an ore chute. Looks like there's a winze right there. Take a closer look at that in a minute. Nothing over there. And then a great big hoist over here. That's actually really impressive. Obviously that's for the winze. I would suggest it's a pretty good sized winze. We'll go take a look at the winze in a second. Or a minute more accurately. Meanwhile, see, this is cool. The cable is still attached. Run on the back side there. The cable is still attached and runs up there. There's obviously a sheave wheel up there somewhere. I'll try and get a better look in a minute. My friend's over there. Hoist operator would have been here, where these handles are. Pretty good size. You see the size of those teeth. The door says water on it. I'm guessing that may have been repurposed from something else. See all the material starting to come down right there. Definitely rats inside here. That says always lower and raise empty skip 1 trip before lowering men at start of shift. That sounds like very sensible advice. I haven't seen a manufacturer's stamp yet. That's pretty cool seeing this hoist just inside the portal. It's one of the benefits of being at a mine out in the middle of nowhere. You guys see a manufacturer's plate anywhere?
No.
I don't either. Excuse me. Here's our look at the guts of it. See the motor over there. A light fixture up there, which would have been nice. And those coils get really hot when these things are running, so they would not have gotten cold. Looks like the rats have made a nice home inside there. See that? Well, that's pretty neat. Got a workshop bench here. Again, I wouldn't want to use that now with all the rodent urine and feces on it, but I'm sure that's highly functional at the time. Here's an ore chute there. As I pointed out earlier, a drift running off that way. We can get there in a minute. Looks like false floor around this winze. Be a little bit careful with that. There's a different view of that winze. You can look up much higher from this perspective. You see there's a lot of infrastructure up there actually. All through there. It looks like there might even be a skip car up there still. And it appears that it would have been raised up and dumped into some bin there. And remember that ore chute that we looked down? That was just over there. Looks like it dumps into that and then would have been taken out of the mine through there. So that's pretty innovative. Just trying to see if I missed anything up there. That runs up good 60 feet or so from the look of it. It's pretty high. I'm a little hesitant to cross over this rotten wood and look down, but I'll give it a shot. Hopefully this won't be my last video. A trap door right there. all kinds of rottenness. Over here is a manway leading down right there. There's a skeleton, probably a rabbit right there. There's looking down. That's just all kinds of nastiness down there. Okay, there's a look down. You can see the water shimmering down there. That's really gross, disgusting, stagnant water down there. Obviously, we're not going to be going down there today. Looking at the sides, you see it looks like there was another compartment on that side as well. Maybe they had another access way over there. It's hard to say what the purpose of that was. And of course, the manway here, which just plunges down that way. Just coated with rat urine and feces back here. See all that? That's disgusting. So I am going to step off of that. Last quick look at this room. Very dark in here. Talk about the color of the rock, not the absence of light. Last view of the winds. Let's go see what's down here. My friends have already started down that way. See all this yellowish mucky material. So yeah, this. Okay, look at that. That is what the winds was dumping into. Pretty innovative. Looks like there's an air door up here. It says no smoking. Just came through that door there. And drift runs back this way. You see they have the track ties back here. It looks like a compressed air line running along the ground there. And that's the face right there. She has stratification in it. That's pretty cool. Squarish chunks of rock right there. And then yeah, really cool stratification right there. Looks like somebody took a sample right there. Gotten out of here. I'm about to head in and check out. Don't know much about this one. I think it's interesting though. I don't know if it's coming across in camera or not, but it looks like teeth right there, like I'm walking into open jaws. So nice cool air coming out of there. It's hot today. Just inside the portal now. Looks like might be a nice vein of quartz right here actually. That looks like quartz rather than calcite. Don't know if this goes anywhere yet, but let's find out. Got kind of a chute right here. And let's see, something's running up that way. That looks like it might be caved. We'll check, of course. And this is running back here. You can see they stuck some timber supports in there. And here, more of that quartz. Wow, look at this. See how flat and perfectly smooth that is? That's classic fault line right there, which, of course, when you get that, you get the quartz oozing up in between, and it's usually highly mineralized, which is exactly what this looks like. So, no surprise, they were mining here. Got some cool gobbing right there. This is extremely low. I've got about 2.5 feet to work with here, so not easy going. I was just down there a minute ago and have crawled up to this next section. It's a little cleared out right here, but again, the interesting stuff here is that quartz right along the contact zone. You can see it really clearly here. You see that that really flat line right there, and then all the molten quartz that oozed up in between and left presumably gold deposits behind. Nice looking stuff, I have to say. It's interesting coating of something on that. I'm not sure what mineral that is. It's coating that rock. This continues back there. I can't tell how things look back there though yet, so I'm gonna have to crawl back there and see. Alright, we just crawled out of that gap right there, which was not fun on the knees. And there's a little drift level up here actually. It runs off in that direction. I can't tell, I think the dead end's there, I'll check. And then it runs off back in this direction as well. This one looks a little more promising because it looks like it keeps going past that point. You can see more of that fault line here, given how smooth it is. Catch my breath here. Let's look back here real quickly. Looks like they took some material out of here. You can see the supports right there. Yeah, it just ends right there. Yeah, it looks like they went up to the right. Hold on. So that was looking ahead. That's the one that ends right there. And there's a little pocket they cleared out here. This is my friends talking in the background. Some more quartz right there, so I can see where they cleared this out, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So let's go check out where it goes in the other direction. We just came from checking out that area. That's where I crawled in from. And now we have this direction to go check out. Looks like some cool gobbing back here. You see how it's all piled up to the very top, to that flat top there. That's pretty neat to see. A little bit of ground fall and rocks have come down in here, but I can get through this. Now we branch off to the left, and looks like things keep going there. We've got some of those old school natural timbers, as I call them, that I really like right here, where they just cut a tree down from outside and throw it in here without milling it or anything. And they don't look that old, you know, where the branches were cut off, but these are probably 100 years old or more. It's pretty wild how well things are preserved underground. And again, the gobbing runs all the way to the top there. That's impressive. Another one right here. Looks like, so, yeah, more quartz all through there. That is pretty neat. Looks like an old fuel container there, possibly. Oh, there's daylight. There's daylight right there, as you can see behind me. Okay, behind me there are more workings. Of course, we'll go there before we go in the daylight. That gobbing runs all the way up. You can see the rats have certainly been back here. But look at that gobbing, that's impressively done. Especially considering how long it has been here. More timber. Ground here is a bit sketchy, as you can see. That's pretty crumbly material, so I'm not surprised. This is timbered. In fact, the weight has cracked that timber there. Don't know how far this goes yet. Okay, that just stops right there. That's the extent of that drift. This just stops right there. There's something snaking off to the left. Okay, it's just a little backfilled pocket, actually. I took a pocket out there. It may be hard to tell, but that stops right there. And then they just filled it in with waste rocks. I didn't feel like calling out. So let's go see where we exit this little adit and emerge back into the daylight. Let's see if there's anything else down here. There's that fault line again. See how it's all bent in different directions and such? The geology can be pretty violent. Here is, okay, this is interesting. You can see where one layer is encountering another layer here. The contact zone along here. And then it runs up and hits that quartz all along there. So many layers here. A lot of geological violence in this area. At one point, obviously. There's a substantial amount of fractured rock being held up by that soul timber right there. So that's one of the situations where you have to have faith in the craftsmanship and knowledge of the miners. Little pocket here doesn't run anywhere. You can see more of the contact zone there. So it looks like we are punching out to daylight here, unless there's something off to the right. Oh, there is. There is something off to the right. Let's see. Alright, that just runs to the outside right there. And see, look, there's a nest back there. Looking this way, it's all filled up with gobbing and backfill. And that drops down to that section off to the right I passed on the way in. Heading out to the mine. It's gonna be one of those days, but at least we're out doing it, not just sitting at home. The mine exploring season in the high mountains is done. We're at about mid-level now, and you can see what it's like, but we're not going to back down from this. Pretty photogenic. Haven't seen any other vehicles, so I don't think we're going to run into too many mine explorers today. Hiking out to the mine. Pretty day in the woods. We're at the first mine of the day here, and it's pretty. And you can see there definitely was a mine here, given the bits and pieces of equipment around here. Unfortunately, looks like a landslide has taken care of the portal permanently. See the old boiler here, pretty huge. Yeah, we're gonna look around some more. Hopefully there's something else that we're missing, but so far, not looking so good. I crawled over the rocks down there to get in here, and this is just one giant chamber of sketch, essentially. Everything in here is caved. This whole chamber was created by this collapsing. I'm standing on what used to be well above the back or the roof of the adit. Miners call the top of the adit the back, and that's probably 40 feet away down there. And so I'm standing on what used to be about 40 feet or so above the adit. So this is extremely sketchy, and there's nothing back in these corners. Now, this is all natural from caving. This isn't worked at all. And you can see it's sort of the slaty, crumbly material that caves very easily. And there are few mines I've been in where you don't see this stuff that's just caved all over the place. So I'm not shocked to see that here. A bit disappointed because it was a good hike in, but, and by good I mean a long one, but you know, you do what you can, right? It's a numbers game with the abandoned mines. These are just absolutely massive slabs. That slab there is the size of a full-size pickup truck. Put that in perspective. So, on to the next mine, I would say.